Hello, I'm Joe Levin, co-founder of the Southern Poverty Law Center. More than 40 years ago, SPLC represented Lieutenant Sharon Frontiero and her husband. She was denied the same housing and medical benefits as married servicemen solely because of the gender of her spouse. Our lawsuit went to the Supreme Court, which found the policy discriminatory. It was the first successful sex discrimination lawsuit against the federal government, and it helped ensure women in the armed forces receive the same benefits as men, and more broadly, the equal treatment of women by the federal government, period. It seems almost unthinkable today that such a blatantly unfair policy would exist. Unfortunately, there is still discrimination against the brave men and women who serve our country. That is why the Southern Poverty Law Center and our co-counsel have filed a federal lawsuit on behalf of a veteran denied benefits based on, as was Sharon Frontiero so many years ago, the gender of her spouse. My colleague, attorney Christine Sun, is here to tell us about this important case.
Hi, I'm Christine Sun. Today, SPLC is filing a federal lawsuit on behalf of Tracey Cooper-Harris, a disabled Army veteran, and her spouse, Maggie. Tracey served our country with honor in 2 wars, Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. During her 9 years of active service, Tracey received more than 24 medals and awards. In 2008, Tracey married Maggie in Van Nuys, California. Their marriage is fully recognized by the state today, granting Tracey and Maggie all the rights and obligations of marriage under California law. In 2010, Tracey received the devastating news that she has multiple sclerosis, a condition that the VA has determined is connected to her military service. There is no known cure for MS, a disabling disease that attacks a person's brain and central nervous system. Like any other person who was married, Tracey wanted to ensure that her spouse would have some level of financial security in case she were to die because of MS. As she began end-of-life planning, Tracey learned that she and Maggie would not be granted the benefits that the federal government provides to veterans in heterosexual marriages. The Department of Veterans Affairs defines spouse as a person of the opposite sex. And even if the VA changes this definition, the so-called Defense of Marriage Act doesn't allow the VA or any other federal agency to recognize marriages between same-sex couples. The VA has denied Tracey and Maggie important financial benefits, as well as the eventual right to be buried together in a national veterans cemetery. Refusing to grant these benefits to Tracey and Maggie is unpatriotic and un-American. It demeans Tracey's service to our country, and it demeans the central role that Maggie, as a spouse of a disabled veteran, has played in Tracey's life.
Tracey's experience is a story of only one veteran, but her ordeal is all too familiar for gay and lesbian service members. That is why this case is so important. Decades ago, it was an honor for me to work on the Frontiero case, which benefited so many women serving our country. Today, it is an honor to work on this case, which has the potential to benefit so many of our gay and lesbian service members. We have a long road ahead of us, but as this important case proceeds, the Southern Poverty Law Center will keep you updated on its progress. Thank you for your time.